Good morning and welcome back to Keto Living with Dale and Judith. Today's video is keto food prep. Let's start with our keto coconut milk yogurt. I've set it up in the dining room because this kitchen is full. One Instant Pot will hold 12 cans of coconut milk. Any brand will work, just make sure it's unsweetened. Coconut milk. Don't pick coconut cream or light. You want full fat coconut milk. And this is the most popular brand. My local co-op does sell their own brand, and it's a little bit cheaper, but I was in a hurry, so I just ordered this through Amazon. I'm going to replace one can with my most recent batch of yogurt. We'll use this as a starter. So that's 13.5 ounces. We're going to add this in later. I do thicken my yogurt with gelatin. Coconut milk yogurt is really thin. It's not like your traditional cow's milk yogurt. And we're going to start off by boiling it, heating it to kill any bacteria. I want everything very clean for my yogurt. I do have a video how to make the yogurt, and I'll add it in the description, a link. Now we're going to leave this out at room temperature. It'll be ready to add in later. Let's leave this to boil, to heat, and then we'll come back and check on it. We'll have to remove it from the Instant Pot to cool to 115 degrees before we add our yogurt starter. Now let's go in the kitchen and make my keto English muffins because I'm down to the last one. I have these for breakfast every morning, but today I'm not going to use fresh egg whites. I'm going to use powdered egg whites. If you don't have a use for all the extra yolks that come from this recipe, powdered egg whites is a good option. I use the yolks for keto cookies, and I used to make a lot of keto ice cream, but we have plenty of cookies right now. So if I keep making all those cookies, one thing, it'll fill up the freezer. Another, there'll be too many to tempt us. So right now I don't need any more egg yolks. You've seen how I freeze them to use them later. So today we're going to replace the egg whites with dried egg whites. You want to boil the water for this recipe because that's the key to making the English muffins rise. You can also heat the water in the microwave. That dough is really hot. Normally I cook these for 45 minutes, but I'm going to start off with 30. See how they do. Now let's go check on our yogurt. I'm pretty sure it's up to temperature, and we need to take it out to cool. We're out of Dale's Keto pizzas, and I don't have the time today to make the entire pizzas, but I can restock the pizza crust dough. We're going to put one in the fridge and one in the freezer. We use our keto tortilla recipe as a pizza crust. Dale likes a thin, crispy pizza. I like a thick, fathead dough pizza. You know, the pizza crust that's based on cheese, but I'm allergic to cheese, so I don't eat pizza. So let's make the dough and we'll have it ready for later. We do pre-cook our crust and we make individual pizzas. This will make 16 pizza crusts, about that big. Now, when you cook with things like coconut and almond flour and things like psyllium husk powder, like in the English muffins, you need to be aware that each brand could be different. How fine it's ground, how much fat content it has. Like almond flour, some might have the skin, some might be blanched, because those products are not regulated. You'll read in people's comments, now not these specific YouTube comments, but like on a recipe blog, you'll read the comments that say, this just didn't work for me, this failed. It's because each keto flour brand could be different. The government doesn't have any standards for those, but if you buy something like white sugar, it's always going to be the same. Or white flour, no matter the brand, it'll always be the same. Whole wheat flour, because the government has regulations on what that term means. But something like coconut flour, the grind, or almond flour, you want to pick something that says fine grind, but that's the reason our results could be different. Coconut flour requires more water than almond flour, and it's going to need time to soak up that water. So we're going to leave this covered for about 10 minutes. One we'll leave in the fridge, and when we find time, we'll make 8 pizza crusts with that. And the other we'll put in the freezer. "45 minutes wasn't too long. Now they were browning, but I wanted to give them more time to cook in the middle. That's what keeps them puffed up after they're done. I'm going to cool these and then put them into baggies and freeze them. So let's go check on the yogurt while these cool. Then come back and we're going to make some pancakes, 1 individual serving. The yogurt's ready. So let's add the starter. Set the temperature on 114 for 18 hours. The ratio is 2 eggs to 2 ounces of cream cheese. So if you wanted 2 servings, you would use 4 eggs and 4 ounces of cream cheese. 6 eggs, 6 ounces of cream cheese. Get it? For the full box of cream cheese for 8 ounces, you would use 8 eggs. The cinnamon helps cover up the eggy taste. And the liquid stevia, remember, a little bit is good, too much makes it bitter. These are cool. And while the pancake pan warms up, let's get these into baggies. I prefer to put them in baggies because it's less tempting to eat more than one. But if you're concerned about waste, you can always reuse the baggies. You have to find that balance between things like doing the best for like plastic use, but yet having enough time and energy to take care of all my needs. I do want to invest more in the reusable baggies. I have some, but not enough. I think the pan is ready. Dale likes his pancakes small and thin. It takes more time, but normally I would be cooking on 4 burners, but that's too hard to do while filming. You could use a griddle, but this is a glass top stove, and I'm concerned about stretching that griddle across the glass. I don't think that's wise. You can also make these pancakes bigger, but Dale likes them small, and today I'm going to make them small for him. Let's leave these to cool. And if you made a batch, you could stack them and freeze them. You could cut this recipe in half with just 1 egg and 1 ounce of cream cheese, but I'm not sure it would blend. I don't think it would be enough liquid for the blender. I tend to warm these up in the microwave. I'll put a little pat of butter on the top, and when that melts, I'll split them in half and put the bottom on the top and more butter. It really doesn't take long, maybe 30 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and freeze those because Dale isn't awake yet, and I'll just make him a fresh batch. I try to do some keto prepping every day. Keto restocking. I like to have things ready to go for Dale. That way I don't shrug off giving him enough variety or giving him the wrong portion size. I do best on my keto diet with fresh cooked meat and vegetable meals every day. But cooking Dale's keto foods every day can stir up my cravings. Because he's not a big meat and vegetable person. He eats tiny portions of meat and he hates cooked vegetables, but he'll eat a fresh raw salad every day. Things like keto breads and dessert, those are important for Dale. But if I baked those every day and smelled those aromas, it would increase my cravings. I prefer to batch cook those and freeze them and then just warm them up quickly. I hope that helps you. I'm going to put each net carb up on the screen, but let me tell you what they are here. Let me look at my notes. The yogurt without chia seeds, because I don't add the chia seeds or the sweetener until the week of, when I dish up that weekly batch, because this is about 3 weeks worth of yogurt. So without the chia, half a cup is 3.1 grams of net carb. We do count the point net carbs because they add up fast. All those pancakes, one serving is 5 grams of net carb because that includes his breakfast eggs. I won't serve that with eggs because there's already 2 eggs in there. My English muffin is 3.4 grams of net carb because that batch doesn't include cinnamon. Now, starting last week, I've started having the English muffin with my morning coffee because I found that having breakfast, morning snack, lunch, and afternoon snack, I just didn't have enough time. I've been so busy lately. 4 times of eating a day was too much for me. So I've started including the English muffin with my morning coffee. And the pizza crust, just the crust itself, is 5.7 grams of net carbs. Then whatever toppings you add, sauce, cheese, vegetables, and meat, that will increase the net carbs. I hope that helps you. Thank you for visiting Keto Living with Dale and Judith. See you later. Bye-bye.